Kia ora koutou, ko dia hau, haramai. Welcome to our virtual Makerspace for today. This will be our last session as we return to normal programming from Term 4 for our Makerspace program. If you're interested in joining, please contact your local library. So we're going to send you off for a quick brain teaser and then we'll be back with our main activities. Welcome back. For our first activity, we are going to make a javelin. Now, a javelin is an aerodynamic object. You will see throwers using this implement in the Olympic Games, the Commonwealth Games, and any other athletics event. In the 1990s, they actually had to change the weight of the javelin because the men throwers were actually throwing it too far and it was becoming a danger to other athletes and officials. Okay, so you will have seen how long a javelin is. Ours isn't going to be quite that long, but if we had lots of these tubes, we could certainly do that. And when we're finished, it would be great if you could actually test the aerodynamics of your javelin and see how far you can throw it. So let's take a closer look at what we're going to do. Okay, so we're starting with our very thin cardboard tubes. The first thing I want to do is join them together to make this longer. I'm just going to use some tape to do that. That's better. Now, you will have seen on the picture that to hold the javelin, there is a cord or rope in the middle, and we're going to do that by using some string. I'm just going to secure that with some electrical tape. Now, like these tubes, a javelin is hollow, but it does need pointed ends, and that's at both ends. So we're going to use some cardboard to do that. I'm going to try just roll it up and create a cone shape and attach that to the end. We want to make sure that there's no air getting in the end of our javelin. Pretty good. Now we're going to do the other end. So there we have it. This is what our javelin looks like. Now it's time for you to test it out. hold your javelin by the grip and see how far you can throw it. As an extra activity, you can measure how far that you threw. Good luck! For our next activity, we're going to be using our cardboard tubes again, the thin ones. We're going to be making a fishing rod. So I've got 3 tubes. I've got a spool that we used the other day when we made a winch. I've got some thin pieces of dowel. You might have something else to substitute. I've got a straw. I've got some wool, or you could use string, or you could even use fishing line. And I've got some drink holders, which I'm actually going to cut up, and we're going to use them for our fishing rod as well. Let's take a closer look. So the first thing we need to do is to join our tubes together. I have actually already got a hole drilled in one of my tubes, so you'll need to get an adult to help you out with that because these tubes are really quite strong. So that is going to be the tube that is at the very bottom. Okay, so that's what it looks like when we've joined our 3 tubes together. Here is the hole for our spool to go through, and here are the rings that I am going to use for my fishing rod. You might have something else that you can find, but make sure if you're cutting hard plastic that you get an adult to help. Now I'm just going to attach these to the rod, just using some tape. Okay, there we have our rod. Might need to use some more tape if anything is a little bit flimsy, but we can fix that up later. Okay, so now to put our spool through. So I've got our spool here. As you'll see, I've needed to adjust this because it's a little bit too long. I'm going to try adding some tape here. Well, it's taken a little bit of effort. You might come up with a good solution for this. But essentially, this is what we want to happen. Okay, so now we're going to attach our line. Depends how big a fish you're going to land, I suppose, as to how much line you would like. Just use a little bit of tape to attach it here, and we'll just wind it on. Then we need to feed it through the loops. For the hook, I'm just using a paper clip. I'm just going to open that out. Just be careful. And attach like this. You might be able to do a fishing knot to secure your hook. There we go. So there is our fishing rod. I've got a few issues with my winding mechanism here, but as we always say with our experiments and our activities, sometimes you need to try again. I hope you've enjoyed today's Makerspace. Thanks for joining me, and we look forward to seeing you at a class in your library. Ka kite.